Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to The Walking Dead. I loved the premiere of this second part. I feel like there's so many ways that we can go with even this next episode. Are we gonna, start right where we left off? Are we gonna explore more of the Commonwealth? Are we gonna figure out what happened to Maggie in that community? I have no idea, but whatever it is, I'm ready for it. Let's go. What is going on?
Oh man, that's enough.
Okay, no problem.
Oh no!
Right in there, buddy.
You're very ready.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, well, dude.
He's a tiger. He's a tiger. He's Shiva. Okay. Too much is happening right now. It's Halloween? What is it? Oh my god. Oh my god. Day 30? Carol's baking cookies. You know they're gonna be delicious. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh, is that a petting zoo? Oh my god.
And first place goes to, dressed as our very own Mercer, Celeste.
Aww.
10 lottery tickets. Let's take some pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, and you also got her uncle kidnapped Carlos, so it was you?
Oh boy.
Should ask her to dance.
Good.
Need to work.
Aww.
Catch up later?
Yeah. See you later.
Thanks for watching, Coco. I'll come by
Oh,
tonight.
Ezekiel.
Okay, let's thank Ezekiel for letting us use Shiva's collar.
Your dad saved this from Hilltop when it burned because he knew how precious it was to me.
Oh, of course
There's
he
something
did.
actually more precious that you honor Shiva's memory and always think of her when you play with it.
Okay, I'll just cry now. Cool.
Yeah, fine.
Love that. Oh my god, the best friends are back. The best friends are back. Everything's beautiful. I mean, I have a feeling the Commonwealth there's a lot of issues and I'm nervous, but like that's okay. At least that was beautiful. That
Looks
moment.
like they had fun today. Oh gosh, you're so such a klutz.
Ah! Carol!
Carol.
Snooping.
Oh,
I was worried about Ezekiel.
well, she's honest. Love that.
How long before you get to number 147?
Too long.
Oh my goodness.
Patients aren't aware of their place in line, so if you do me a favour. But he doesn't know there's likely no chance he'll get the surgery unless, by some miracle, he moves up the line.
Now my concern is what determines who
Welcome to
is
the
where
jailhouse.
on the
In
line.
this exercise, killing is not your primary goal.
Okay.
Your objective, get through the house and all the rotters inside.
Are Dara and Rosita on the
Fail to
team
work
because
as a
they
unit.
will smoke this?
You mind if I go with Espinosa? We make a good team.
Did I ask for your opinion? Espinosa, Green.
Hey, I'm Jake.
Aw, Daryl wanted to be with his friend. Alright. Oh boy. Oh! Just ripping off. Oh, don't stab it with its own leg. Oh, goodness me. Okay. No. Daryl, you forgot the magic word, and it's teamwork. Teamwork with your team.
What was that?
I said speed, and teamwork.
Mm.
You're with me.
Great.
Do you get an allowance?
Hey,
Oh.
friend Jude.
Oh!
Nice.
What in the world? What did you just throw out? See, Carol's snooping. I live for it. Oh. You didn't have to, like, throw the wine like that. Wow. Carol's about to come in clutch with the wines. Move up the ladder. Snoop some more. I love it. You're gonna break all the bottles! Oh no. That was very rude.
I love volunteers, especially ones that look like that.
Oh God.
All right, let's see what Santa brought me.
Hey, careful though.
This toothpick?
It's not worth my time.
Okay.
All right, release the rotters.
Okay, this kid's gonna die a lot. Probably not this episode, right? But like, we're gonna get a satisfying death with this kid. Hopefully, at some point. I don't mean to judge too soon, but so far what I've seen of you, don't love it. Don't love it. Not at all.
Why did you do that? Are you serious?
What, he made the shot? The fuck is your problem? Oh my God.
And I want you to succeed. Gotta get out of here damn way.
Okay, okay. Well, all right. I have some thoughts on that, but we'll wait until the end. Oh, hello, dog. Oh, goodness. What in the world? So loud.
You ever heard of Motorhead?
It's good stuff. Good boy.
No!
You ever,
Yeah.
can I get an allowance?
An allowance?
We wait a little while till my job settles. Talk about it again.
How did you know?
My mother always taught me to be observant.
And she is no
So you
doubt.
found a way to get outside the walls.
I have a friend who's waiting for surgery, and I need you to get him to the front of the line.
That's a big ask.
Oh, Carol, looking out for Ezekiel. Oh my goodness.
Well, maybe they'll have someone, Ed.
Blackbeard? Not anytime soon.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's. Okay. There is definitely a divide. There is. Oh, boy.
Want some wine? When you hear it's really good.
Oh, I feel uncomfortable. Oh, he's got shaky hands. He's stressed out.
Okay, just take it easy.
Drink that wine.
This is how we...
Okay, he's just. Yup. Can you not? Can you not? Can you not?
He hates you.
Oh my goodness! That suit.
Just like that.
That suit. That. Thank you.
I just wanted to say hi. You look very
Killing
nice
it.
tonight.
Yeah, it's not my thing.
Oh, it is. Trust me.
Oh.
Wanna make it more interesting? Join me?
I would be honored.
Yes. Yes. All of this. All of this. All of this right now. You look beautiful. You look fucking snatched, Mercer.
She's with me.
There's a dress code.
She looks beautiful. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Thank you. Move aside.
How do you like the wine?
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
If you'll excuse me, that's okay.
It's fine. Wow, she really knows how to keep you in check.
Oh, and we need to get a meeting on the books about this Alexandria thing. Any questions?
Not this Alexandria thing. Not this No, shit,
So
shit,
lovely
shit.
to see you. What would you
your father say about the class that on display?
Well, we're lucky you found us. We
Connie.
appreciate and celebrate every single person.
Connie, you better better get her together.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Miss Milton is very strict itinerary tonight.
I have saved many. Yeah, I kicked his ass in the train car. That train.
Right.
Why is he serving food?
Because he failed and he moved down
Ladies and gentlemen,
down
may I
the
have your attention for a moment, please?
pyramid or whatever
It
the
is
fuck you
my
want to call
honor
it.
tonight.
How much this place protects and cares for all its citizens.
Oh.
This is bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Sir, that's
Does anyone here really believe the Commonwealth cares for all its citizens?
This isn't the time. Please.
Oh
you need to
shit.
Stop.
Oh shit.
Don't come any closer! Don't come any closer! I just want to talk! Will you please just talk to me?
Oh, she said, I'm like, oh, whoa, no, I don't know that you want to do this. I mean, I get, okay, oh god.
Go after him!
Okay, this fucking kid, he needs to chill or die. I don't know, one or the other. Preferably the second. Sorry, I don't mean to be, you know. Dude.
You got nowhere to go.
Come on.
You got a sister. That means you got family. A lot of us don't get to have that anymore.
I'm so scared about what's gonna happen to him though. You know what I mean?
You caught the bastard.
Shut up.
Well, I did something right.
Getting rid of me solves anything? Thousands more like me. Resist the Commonwealth! Visibility for workers! Equality for all!
Why would that happen, sir?
No. What's next? I'm glad you asked.
Oh boy.
For what it's worth, I believe him. This place is like a city from before. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
So you don't know how I got in?
Nope.
Great.
I wasn't expecting you.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
it's nice to see you too. Vintage.
Yes. I am a lady of high caliber.
Yes, you are.
The highest.
Oh my god. Beautiful. I'm gonna cry.
You would have loved it.
Oh, stop.
This belongs to you. I want you to have it.
Okay.
Still finding reasons to smile.
It's not that fault.
You always took a big blast.
Oh, so sweet. Wow, Daryl, it's a look. Oh my god, Judith.
Yes!
Oh my god, Daryl. This is so sweet. This is so, okay. As they blast Motorhead, but you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's so sweet. Damn. Oh, I loved it. Okay, well, I have to say, yet again, I absolutely adored this episode. It was a completely different vibe, obviously, from the last episode, but still, I thought it was amazing. We saw a lot of our favorite characters in this completely new environment, and we see throughout the entire episode, spread through a lot of different kind of characters or storylines or whatever, what the Commonwealth is actually all about. And what is the kind of some underlying issues there. This is quite, it's very, oh goodness, I'm optimistic about where this story could go. I'm very excited about it. Okay, there's a lot of things to touch on because we kind of jumped around to a lot of different characters during this. I like that we're seeing a little bit more of the Commonwealth and people in charge with, you know, obviously Pamela as one. So far the impression is she's a fairly I would say probably ruthless leader, maybe not in the violent, well, I mean, she has kind of a guard or soldiers and whatever, kind of to be violent for her, but a little bit more, I think I feel like if she was able to make this community, monopolize on this community, and convince people that this is how things should be, getting things back to normal, I assume that she made a lot of smart decisions, probably fairly early on in the apocalypse. That's just assumptions from me, but I think so. We're also seeing a lot of, you know, we've got Lance, who is definitely, I feel like, some animosity between him and Pamela. I feel like that's going to come to a head at some point. Sebastian, wow, Sebastian. I mean, it's been a while since has it? Yeah, I would say it's been a while since The Walking Dead has really united the fandom in hatred of one character. No offense to the actor, you're doing an absolutely great job. But in general, I would say the majority of people, there's always one or two, but the majority of people watching this are just so sick of Sebastian. Just so sick of him. You know, I love that. I love that, you know, let's just throw in a character that we have so many gray area characters, and what I always say about The Walking Dead that I absolutely adore is the fact that, like, depending on the person watching the show, you gravitate towards specific characters and you don't really relate to some others, and there's a lot of complex and, you know, just characters that, you know, could be a love or hate sort of situation depending on, you know, there's obviously fairly likable characters as well, but, you know, I'm just saying. And, you know, even their villains, you know, a lot of the time, you think about a lot of villains that we've had over the show, you know, for example, Alpha. She was my favorite Walking Dead villain, period. I loved her. She was awful. She was the worst. She was the, you know, like, but I loved the actress or whatever. So there was still this sort of like kind of love for the character or whatever, from me or possibly other, you know, but she could be like a polarizing character for some. I love that we have a character who's not really like a typical villain or a super threatening villain, but just annoying. And every single time he speaks, you just have this like visceral reaction of like, I hope you die. Oh my God, I hope you die. And listen, we've had some characters like that in the past that have completely redeemed themselves, but I'm not sure that's going to happen here. You know, I don't really think it's going to happen here unless he really does a huge turnaround. I gotta say, Sebastian, I think most of us are waiting for you to die violently, but which is like a terrible thing to say. I'm aware, but whatever. So really, really interesting stuff with that. Seeing a little bit more. I like seeing a little bit more of Mercer. I think his interactions with Princess are quite lovely and quite sweet, and he was wearing the hell out of that suit. You know, something about The Walking Dead, I don't really get to like get excited about fashion as much. I mean, sometimes there's some impeccable and iconic fashion moments, but it's not, you know, typically people are not really coming up. He wore the hell out of that suit. Loved it. And Princess with her crown, it was a very iconic couple moment in my opinion, and I loved it. Really interesting, the whole training thing. I love it's so Daryl to be like, I want to go with Rosita. he's so like, I mean, it's like loyalty, but it's also just like people he know, Daryl doesn't, it takes Daryl a really, really long time to actually warm up to certain people. Specifically even the time when he met Rosie, he was extra very reserved into himself or whatever, and he trusts who he trusts. And if you're in that, it's kind of this thing where it takes a while to really break down those walls and get into Daryl's inner circle, but if you're in his inner circle, then he will die for you, but it's not even that. Rosita and Daryl both know how each other operate. I'm pretty sure they could have cleared that house pretty quick if it was just the two of them, because they've fought side by side many, many times. They've cleared walkers many times together. Like how long have they known each other? So I do also know why Mercer was like, no, you have to be on team. You're not always going to be with your friends. You're not always going to be with somebody that you've known for this long. I need to see how you operate otherwise. Now, here's the thing that I find really kind of interesting about this. Mercer absolutely had a point with the fact that Daryl does, he likes to handle things on his own. And what was the code word, guys? Teamwork. It was teamwork. Sometimes not the best thing not the thing that Daryl excels at. But also, I mean, there was a little bit of him possibly having faith in the guy to, is it really teamwork if you coddle your team members? Now, but maybe to Daryl's point or whatever, maybe if you can't handle one walker, then maybe you shouldn't be part of these fighters, soldiers, guards. I don't actually know exactly what they're called. I'm sure they said it, and I forget. But you know what I mean. Yeah. I mean, it was interesting because I had a lot of thoughts, because I was like, well, there's different strategies of how to work together, and some people mesh well together and some people don't. And yeah, I don't know. I absolutely do think that Mercer had a point with it, of course, but I also kind of, can see why Daryl wasn't like leaping to help this guy. He probably assumed he could handle a walker. But yeah, maybe be a little more aware, a little more. And I don't really think Daryl was gonna let that guy die. So I mean, or anything like that. But anyway, found that interesting. Just wanted to say that. I do hope that we get maybe a bunch of Daryl Rosita team ups, and yes, let's go, because I feel like they're gonna be really noticing a lot of the class issues, so to speak, firsthand, because they're the enforcers of it, right? Or potentially will be the enforcers of it. The Carol and Ezekiel stuff was just pulled at my heartstrings so very. I love them. And the fact that even when they separated initially, it was, more so because there was, trauma and grief and a lot of that stuff kind of going on that kind of affected, and honestly, that can happen to relationships, and for them to have this moment, but also just to see Carol, really try to do her best. I think it was really, when she said like, oh, my mom always taught me to be observant. I mean, that's always something that Carol's been very, very good at. She's very good at being a chameleon in some regards, but also keeping an eye on things and seeing how places work. And she's a great person to kind of actually be able to witness a lot of the stuff going on. I genuinely think her and Connie would be a great team to try to actually figure out what's going on. Now, obviously, Carol's motivations was, you know, a lot of helping Ezekiel. And, you know, it warms my heart a lot because she loves him, and she does what she can. She always does what she can to protect the ones that she loves, even putting maybe herself at risk, you know, if she gets caught trying to snoop through stuff. I love how she was just honest though. She's like, I'm snooping, you know. And the moment that they had together, it was a lot of sweet, I love a lot of Carol and Ezekiel scenes because I feel like they bring out such a great energy within each other. I think they balance each other out really, really well. And I think Ezekiel's always been kind of great for Carol in the sense of just, God, he just brightens her mood a lot of the time. And they have a wonderful understanding with each other. And he's got always this positive outlook, even when like terrible things are going on, he has a positive outlook. And she, I think, sometimes actually gravitates towards that because she has some, she's not always the most positive person. She's a very realistic person. I don't know, I really love their interactions together and everything with Henry. And we had a moment earlier on in the episode with Shiva, with Jerry, which was beautiful. And I was just so happy to see Ezekiel and Jerry have a kind of a moment together. I was really, really happy about that because that was, you know, I was really worried when they went on the journey initially with Ezekiel and Eugene and Yumiko, that whole, I was like, oh my God, I feel like there's a big possibility that Ezekiel is not going to make it or going to sacrifice himself because he feels like he's dying anyway. And like, I wouldn't want that, but like, I had a feeling that there was a possibility that something like that could happen. And for him to never see Jerry again as well, like, as just how close they, oh my God. So I was really, really happy to get a beautiful Jerry moment. Speaking of characters that are pretty much all around liked. Is there somebody who doesn't like Jerry? Is there somebody who watches the show and doesn't like Jerry? I'm sure there's one. There's always one, right? Or two. But like don't write down below. Keep it to yourself because I feel like people will attack you. But, you know, I mean, maybe you're watching this and you're like, no, actually, I hate Jerry. But I would say in general, as Walking Dead characters go, as like, you know, the spectrum of liked to not liked, we have like Jerry to Sebastian. You know what I mean? Fandom-wise. Is that a good scale? Anyway, loved that they had like that interaction. And I'm very interested to see what's going to happen between like Carol and Lance. I feel like she's going to find out a lot, I feel like, about the Commonwealth in general through that. And she's going to do what she needs to do to save Ezekiel's life. But she's also going to find out a lot along the way. Completely. That's going to be really interesting. Connie in this episode, love her. I mean, you guys know that I love Connie, but she absolutely is, I was always intrigued when they first met this group and Kelly was, you know, kind of talking about Connie and basically saying, you know, like she took down a lot of, you know, powerful people. She did, you know, a lot in that, and that were doing not great things, I guess was the assumption. And just to see her kind of back into her comfort zone was honestly, it was kind of nice. I mean, well, maybe not comfort zone, but just something that she excelled at, you know, before the apocalypse. I felt like was just really, really wonderful. I mean, when you're like a journalist or, you know, doing something like that, what skills from that do you have in the apocalypse? Probably a few. You could probably actually name a couple, but in general, you're not really writing papers or essays or whatever. And I love that she's just clocking so quickly. Like, there's a serious class divide here. And there's a lot of people that if you are not lucky enough to be highly regarded because of your profession before or anything like that, or I think well, I won't get into that just yet, but you know, if you're not lucky enough for that, then there's probably not a lot of ways that you can kind of climb that social ladder, however you want to call it. And we're seeing things with this guard that became the waiter in that whole moment. And it really kind of upset me, in the sense of, well, it kind of, I felt bad in the moment that Daryl was talking him down. And here's why. I'm not, you know, don't love somebody just kind of taking somebody hostage and holding a knife to their throat. It just, you know, FYI. However, when Daryl's kind of talking him down, he's like, you want to live for your sister, you want to whatever. The only thing that I could think of in my head was just like, oh my God, like, what if what happens to him because of this outburst is going to be like so much worse than if he killed himself right then and there. Now, I don't want him to kill himself. That is not what I was saying, but it was a thought in the back of my head. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, I don't know. We don't know handing him over. We don't know what that means, really. I mean, if we're looking at this through Daryl's eyes, or maybe like Rosita's eyes, or, you know, they're kind of new to all of this as well. So they don't really know, you know? So that, I had a moment in that exchange where I was like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. I feel like this is going to be bad. Maybe not, but I don't think they take kindly to any sort of outburst like that. And I think there are quite a few people that feel the same way. And I feel like a rebellion is a brewing. It's a brewing. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to say, and obviously I touched on this in the last episode as well, but as much as I just absolutely, it melts my heart every single time I see Daryl being Uncle Daryl to Judith and RJ and completely taking care of these kids. And you know, at this point, he is their guardian. He's trying to do what's best for him. You know, you think about Daryl in the beginning of the show, like really genuinely think about Daryl at the beginning of the show, where he's, you know, a loner. I think, obviously eventually loved the group and felt like the group was family to him and everything like that. But he's kind of this just lone wolf. I'm gonna go out into the woods. And before the apocalypse happened and living, he probably, could you imagine if they were like, we're gonna let you peek into your future, and he sees himself like in this apartment sort of situation, trying to get a job to support 2 kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it is just, it's crazy, but it just absolutely warms my heart in the way that he looks after, I mean, and there's no question that he would do that. I'm not saying it's surprising by any means, but it still warms my heart that, like, wherever Rick is or whatever, it's just, his kids are so well taken care of by his brother. Like, it's just beautiful to me. Those scenes, like, I always like have like little tears like forming, because I'm like, it's just so beautiful. He's taking care of them, and you know, also just trying to make them happy, or whatever. And, you know, so he's also willing to maybe go along with like some training that he, you know, the first like kind of talk back, or maybe you know, older Daryl I'm talking about, you know, he's had some growth in the show, but like the whole like kind of, you know, tension or whatever between him and Mercer, but you know, if he didn't like the training, he would be like, okay, fuck you, gotta go. And then he would go off and go live in the woods somewhere. Because that's, you know, that's Daryl. That's what he does. You know what I mean? But he's like, okay, nope, gotta swallow my pride. Not entirely swallow your pride, but you know, like, you know, I gotta make it work. I gotta make money, because I got these 2 kids that think the world of me, and I gotta, oh, just my heart, my whole heart. Whoo, okay. Other person I feel really bad, well, there's a few people I feel really bad for, but Yumiko's brother, which I'm forgetting his name at the moment, I'm so sorry. But I feel so bad. He didn't want any part of that. And sure, he's saving lives, but even when he was in that scene with Carol, he looked wrecked. And I bet maybe they'll explain a little bit more about this list and going up on the list, but I bet there are a lot of people are higher up on the list than Ezekiel to get surgery that are not life-threatening surgeries, but they're rich, they're of the high class or whatever. There's some problems, there's some issues. I mean, that's an assumption. I'm speculating. But he just looks tired and upset, and he doesn't look but we're gonna have some people in quote unquote high places that will help Yumiko and her brother, possibly being 2 big assets of possibly, yeah. Obviously Rosita, the conversation with her and Magna was really kind of interesting, and I feel like she's definitely gonna be one of the ones. I'm so down for her and Daryl kind of going through this whole, not like investigation, but just, you know, trying to figure out what is actually going on, and are there deeper horrors to this place, which I bet there are, than what is being presented, and them actually being able to be in a position to actually find some stuff out because of their positions as the enforcers. You know, in this society, there's obviously, if they think that you're like you had a significant job before, whether it, you know, doctor, lawyer, whatever, but also if you're a protector just in this world in general, if you're a fighter, then you have value. And that's been a thing that's almost fairly constant throughout, you know, the Walking Dead. So I don't, you know, obviously they were living in, when they were going through basic training or whatever, and I don't know if they moved. I think they possibly did once he got the, it seemed like he had a comfier bed in the background, whatever. You know, so moving up the chain a little bit once they kind of pass or become like, you know, become a soldier technically or whatever. That's, you know, I feel like there's going to be some sort of value to being a soldier, because just in general in this world, being a protector and to enforce and protect possibly the rich. It's gonna be interesting. Oh my god. I'm sure that there was more that maybe I missed. This was definitely one of those episodes that kind of jumped around a lot with a lot of different characters and a lot going on. I hope that I talked a bit about what you might want to have wanted to hear from me. I'm just very, very excited for what's going to happen going forward. And oh my god, this was really good. I do want to say this. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my favorite show. Just 2 back-to-back amazing episodes. I'm so excited for what's to come. It's just wonderful so far, in my opinion. And yeah, I just love having this love for this show. It's just, anyway, if you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you are here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.